I feel like today's video should come with just a little warning. So if you are easily triggered, if you don't enjoy your current narrative being challenged, if you don't want to hear a different thought process, which in actual fact could just be the exact information that you need to hear, maybe now is a good time for you to click on a different video. Maybe now is a good time for you to put your head back in the sand and just keep doing the things that you're doing, because we're going to be discussing the fact that you don't actually have insomnia. Unfortunately, in today's society, words, feelings and meanings have been kind of weaponized. They've been changed into something that they're actually not. A couple of examples which I can give you are, people don't seem to be worried anymore. They seem to have crippling anxiety. People don't feel low and they don't feel sad. They have clinical depression. And just like in your situation, you've probably had a few nights of less than optimal sleep, which has led you to the self-diagnosis that you now are crippled with insomnia. And this isn't your fault. This is the media. This is society. We are taught to catastrophize on everything. Everything is the absolute worst case scenario. Let's talk about your disrupted sleep. Probably at some point you have had some issues with your sleep. Maybe you had a couple of nights where your sleep was less than restful. Maybe you woke up in the morning feeling incredibly tired. Maybe it felt like you were awake for the entirety of the night. You've probably Googled it. You've probably spoke to your friends and you've come to the conclusion that you now have insomnia. You are now an insomniac. The issue with this, and this is something that if you've listened to any of the content that I've spoke about over the past few years, you will have heard me mention identity. You will have heard me mention the fact that your ego is self-righteous. Your subconscious is always listening. Therefore, the longer you continue to tell yourself and to tell other people that you are an insomniac, you suffer with insomnia, that is exactly how you are going to behave. Yes, at some point you have had struggle sleeping. I'm not denying that. I'm not challenging you on that. That's an actual fact. Otherwise, you wouldn't be having the feelings that you are having now. What I am going to challenge you on is your current lifestyle is in line with someone who is an insomniac. Your current lifestyle is in line with someone who struggles to sleep. You more than likely go to bed too late. You more than likely stay in bed too late in the morning. You more than likely scroll on your phone through social media, checking work emails whilst you are in bed because, hey, I can't sleep. I might as well get some work done. Insomnia does exist. Insomnia is a thing. However, you don't have insomnia. The insomnia that you tell people that you have is self-created. It's dictated by your current lifestyle. So that being said, just like your current lifestyle is dictating your sleeping pattern, your sleeping behavior, the adjustments that we can make to your current lifestyle can reverse that. So if you take on board what I'm about to tell you and ruthlessly action the advice that I'm going to give you, I talk about this a lot in all of my coaching programs. The links are down below if you want any more information on that. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is, number one, accept the words that I'm telling you. Accept that you are not an insomniac. Change your identity. You are now a person living in line with his own circadian biology. Up until now, you have been a person living against your own circadian biology. Yes, Your body clock dictates your sleep-wake cycle. However, as I've said 1,000 times, you are the person who sets your body clock. You set your body clock by your behaviors, your thoughts, and your actions on a daily basis. So after you've accepted the fact that you're actually not an insomniac, I told you this was going to be a challenging video. I told you this video was going to go against your current narrative. I told you it was going to offer you a slightly different thought process. But once you've accepted that you're actually not an insomniac, you just have disrupted sleep every now and then, created by your daily behaviors. So once we've sorted that out, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to regulate your sleep-wake cycle. I'm going to ask you to go to bed at the same time, and I'm going to ask you to get up at the same time. Even if you feel incredibly tired in the morning, all this is going to do is it's going to increase your tiredness for the evening. So yes, you probably are going to struggle for a couple of days. But whenever I work with anybody on this exact subject, results come thick and fast. So we're going to accept that your current behaviors are causing your sleep disorder, your sleep disruption, your less than perfect sleep. We are then going to regulate our sleep-wake cycle. We're going to go to bed at the same time, and we're going to get up at the same time every single day. Our body loves regularity. We thrive on consistency. So when we're going to start looking at consistency and regularity, we're going to be looking at your light exposure on a daily basis. When you get up in the morning, if you expose yourself as soon as you possibly can to 5 to 10 minutes of natural daylight, this is going to send a signal directly into your brain to finely tune your body's own circadian biology, the regulator of your sleep-wake cycle. They did an incredibly interesting experiment. They took 20 insomniacs and they took them away from modern society. They took them into a forest with no electronics at all, no electronic lighting, no mobile phones, no laptops, no TVs, no tablets, no nothing. And they lived in the woods, and the only light they had was natural daylight and firelight. Within 2 weeks, these lifelong insomniacs were sleeping 8 hours every single night. Simply because we removed the hyperstimulation of the modern world. We removed the false timings of light exposure. We went back to candlelight, firelight, natural light, and moonlight. In doing so, we reset their circadian biology, and there's no reason why you can't do that as well. It starts with acceptance. It starts with accepting that your behaviors, your thoughts, your actions are setting your body clock. They are causing your sleep disruption. And it's only when you realize that and you put steps into place that you will realize that insomnia doesn't exist. If you are still watching, if you are still intrigued by what I'm talking about, I urge you, why don't you press the subscribe button? Why don't you press the like button? And then why don't you share this video? Why don't you let somebody else, maybe there's someone who you love, maybe there's someone in your circle who struggles with sleep and continues to talk about insomnia. Share this video with them, help them, and by helping them, you help me by spreading my channel. If you didn't know, my name is Danny Wilson. I am a sleep, health and performance coach. I'm based in the UK. I help people dramatically increase their daily energy, drive and focus. I take people on a transformational journey. I take them from overweight, stressed out and tired to lean, energized and highly motivated every single day. I'm looking forward to the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day.